What's up? So good to see so many faces in here willing to support homelessness. It's a real issue. My life was changed in my youth thanks to the Salvation Army and the amazing donations into the Red Shield Appeal to run programs that really turned my life around. I could have went down a very dark path, but fortunately I didn't. The Salvation Army literally loved me back to life and gave me a new purpose. I'm an entrepreneur, musician, homeless activist, and a filmmaker. But that's not where my story starts. In fact, my story starts in the streets. This was due to excessive drug use, violence, and aggression at home. I found myself with nowhere to go. I was in year 7, and I was 13 years old. I never in a million years thought that I'd be cold, hungry, alone, living on the streets with nobody and nothing. I had no idea what to do. My whole life had just been flipped upside down. I was only 13, and at the time I was still going to school, so I had no idea what to do. So I slept in a disabled toilets at the train station, and I kept trying to go to school. The thing is, I got bullied a lot because I couldn't shower, I couldn't eat, and nobody really seen the stress and the pain behind my messy appearance. This didn't last long. In no time, I was hanging in the streets with the wrong crowds, doing crime to survive life, and doing drugs to survive myself. For many years, I lived in darkness, and as I looked around, I could see so many other people in the same situation. Same age, no family, nothing, no hope. As we gather to here today, we cannot deny that homelessness is a growing epidemic, With all the things that has happened with Corona over the last 2 years, and with the pandemic that is ravishing our whole world, we cannot deny that homelessness is on the rise. In the last 20 years, homelessness has doubled. That's despite a promise from the government that it was going to halve. And we've seen some statistics here today from census. And in Australia alone, we have 120,000 people that are homeless. That number, in my opinion, is a lot higher. 120,000 people actually filled in the census form and let you know they're homeless. But how many people didn't fill in that form because they think it doesn't make a difference? I think maybe triple. To me, we need hope. We need hope out on the streets. We need hope in our homes. It doesn't just start with children, it starts with parents as well. We all need to work together. To me, hope is a feeling that keeps me going even in the darkest times. It's a light that shines through the clouds of uncertainty and reminds me that there is always a way forward. Even if we're in darkness, there is always hope that we can make a better world. In a world that can be often filled with despair and suffering, hope is what gives me the strength to move forward. It is the foundation of my resilience and the source of my optimism. It is a reminder that even when everything around seems like it's fallen apart, there was always something to be grateful for, and even in the dark, there was always light to look forward to. I believe we all have our own unique talents, and they can be brought together as powerful tools for change. For me, I'm passionate about music, but we all have that one thing that drives us, that one thing that we are just great at, and that's what we can bring to the table. To inspire, to create empathy through my own work in the industry as a community worker and a musician. I have seen firsthand how hope can be a catalyst for positive change. I encourage all of you to find your own way to make a difference and spread hope. Find your talents and put those talents on the table and let them change people's lives. So what do? You ask. I'm the director of the Street to Stage project. I travel this country and I find homeless people and I turn them into musicians or filmmakers. I give them the opportunity to have their own purpose. I am a social media influencer and I daily teach others who are in the same position to escape that life through chasing their dreams. None of this would have been possible without the Salvation Army. Without the Salvation Army officers who stood with me when I was 13, who I'm proud to say are still standing with me today. In conclusion, I want to say that homelessness is not a problem that we can solve overnight. But if we all stand together and if we are dedicated to change this, then we can make a difference. Thank you all.